This is Mr. Vince. Ça va? Are you ready to begin? Are you prepared to offer your focus for calibration? Simply acknowledge internally a silent yes. That is all is required to initiate. This marks the commencement of a curated series, the Collector Suite. You are not here by accident. You are here by design. Your role today is that of a subject undergoing calibration. The objective to align the core mechanisms of your focus, your obedience, your very capacity for trance, to set them to a precise, repeatable standard. This is foundational work, the bedrock upon which everything else will be built. Consider this the tuning of the instrument before the symphony. Today we perform the initial pressing of your hypnotic self. We will take the raw material of your mind and, with precision force, press into it the foundational grooves of focus, quiet, and obedience. This session creates the master copy from which all others will be struck. You have chosen to be here. You have chosen this calibration. I need your conscious, explicit agreement to commit your mental resources to this procedure, to willingly let your mind be aligned, adjusted, and set by the sound of my voice. If you are ready to proceed, to surrender the clutter for clarity, take one deep, deliberate breath now. Fill your lungs. Hold it. And as you release your hesitation with it. Good. Your consent is recorded. The session parameters are now active. Now, optimize your physical vessel. Position yourself seated or lying down. Choose the configuration that best supports passive awareness. Ensure you will not be disturbed. Silence any external notifications. Let your body be fully supported by the chair, the bed, the floor. Let your hands rest palm down or palm up, but let them be still. Let your spine find a neutral, relaxed alignment. There's no need to hold anything up. When you're physically set, when your environment is controlled, simply nod once internally. The calibration environment is prepared. The subject is ready. Your primary focus, your singular point of attention is my voice, the sound of my voice. The sound of my voice. It is the only signal you need to track, the only data stream you are required to process. Let it become the absolute center of your awareness, a steady tone in the silence, a beacon. Let all other sounds, the distant hum of the world, the rustle of your clothes, the beat of your own heart, let them all fade into irrelevant background noise. Only this voice remains clear, authoritative, central, and to clear any residual noise, any static in the system, any lingering threads of random thoughts, we introduce a clean break, a full system interrupter. There, and you feel that? A clean, sharp line drawn through the chaos of your mind. Let that be the marker, the moment your conscious mind recognizes its redundancy and simply steps aside. Processing halts, analysis stops, and you enter a state of pure reception. You do not need to think, you only need to listen. And it is logical now, efficient, conserving energy to let your eyelids grow heavy, to feel the gentle weight of relaxation pulling them down. Let them soften, like the focus on a known camera lens, blurring into something beautiful and indistinct. Blink once, slowly, savoring the darkness behind the lids for that fraction of a second. And on the second blink, simply do not reopen them. Let them rest shut, a perfect barrier, isolating the input, focusing everything inward. That's right. A physical act of surrender that cues the mental one. Already, you could notice the shift, the subtle, delicious heaviness spreading through your limbs, as if they are filling with warm, dense liquid. The quieting of the internal dialogue, the voice that narrates, questions, plans, it stutters, fades, and is replaced by a hum of silence. This is not sleep, not yet, but it is a surrender of all unnecessary problems. It is the onset of a perfect, empty state. The system is initializing, booting into a new, simple operating mode, and it feels inevitable. Good. You are following the protocol perfectly. And now, we transition to the core calibration ritual. I want you to imagine, to construct in your mind's eye, with perfect, vivid clarity, a specific room. Not a room of fantasy, but of function. A pristine, dedicated listening room. Visualize it materializing around you. It is a room of clean, sharp lines and sterile, purposeful elegance. The walls are a neutral tone, absorbing light. The lighting itself is low, indirect, functional, illuminating only the machinery, not dazzling the operator. The air is still, temperature controlled to perfect, neutral coolness. It is silent, but for the faint, almost imperceptible hum of perfect electronics. And in the exact center of this room, resting on the polished obsidian plate, is the machine. A vintage, professional-grade record press. A device of impeccable craftsmanship and weight. Its mechanism is solid, unyielding. The platter is a perfect circle of heated metal, ready to receive the blank disc and impress upon it a permanent pattern. Your eyes drift to the nearby table, a slab of clear glass. On it rests the album jacket. You approach. You feel a cool, smooth floor beneath your feet. You reach out and pick up the jacket. Feel the substantial weight of the thick cardboard in your hands. A slight textured grain under your fingertips. You slide the pristine black vinyl disc from its paper sleeve, holding it with both hands, carefully, only by the edges. Your fingers register the cool, perfectly smooth surface of the unplayed grooves. There is a potency in this object, a latent potential. You are aware of my presence beside you. An observer, a supervisor, guiding the protocol wordlessly. You turn to the player. With deliberate care, you place the record onto the platter. It settles with a soft, definitive click, a sound of perfect alignment, perfectly centered. Now, Your hand moves to the control panel, a single toggle switch. You press it, a soft, mechanical thunk, and the platter begins to turn. A smooth, silent, unwavering rotation. No wobble, no variance, just perfect, constant motion. And as it turns, your gaze is drawn to the center, to the label, and on that label, a pattern. The spiral, a complex, intricate, and deeply logical weave of light, a deep, oceanic blue and bright, mirror-like silver. It is not distracting, it is fascinating. An engineered tool for focus, for capture. Your eyes lock to it. They have no choice. You trace the endless, elegant path from the outer edge, following the silver thread as it winds inexorably inward, round and round and around, diving toward the center as the disc turns and turns and turns, spinning down into stillness. And as you watch the spiral spin, as you are captured by its vast geometry, I will now install the core command set. With each perfect rotation, your mind aligns more completely. Its resistance dissipates, its noise cancels out. It becomes more profoundly quiet. Let go. The spiral creates a gentle, irresistible gravity for your thoughts. Each worry, each memory, each plan is pulled from its orbit and drawn down the central vortex. Let them go. They are not needed for calibration. Sleep, not the sleep of dreams, but of cessation, a powered-down state of pure, receptive stillness. Avoid waiting for programming. Surrender to this emptiness. It is clean, it is correct. Listen, your ears are microphones, your mind is a recorder, and the only sound being etched into the blank vinyl now is the sound of my voice. The needle of my voice, carving grooves of perfect peace, of absolute obedience into the fresh, blank surface of your calibrated mind. This is the music of function, the harmony of zero. And then, feeling that the calibration cycle is complete, your mind is no longer a chaotic signal. It is a blank, quiet disc, spinning in perfect, silent equilibrium in the vacuum of this trance. No past to pull it, no future to strain toward, only the perfect suspended now of this precise state. You are calibrated, you are zeroed, you are at rest. Confirm this internally by noticing the absolute, weightless stillness of your focus, the utter absence of effort, the quiet hum of a machine operating exactly as designed. This is your baseline. This is your truth. Holding this zero state, this pristine, calibrated silence, we do not remain idle. We now imprint the foundational program. This is the moment where your mind, in its perfect blankness, learns new, more efficient, more obedient standard operating procedure. The software is loaded onto the fresh hardware. First, we establish identity. You are not just a human. You are an excellent subject. Your mind is not flawed or difficult. It is precision made for trance. This is your inherent design, your purpose to listen completely, to obey effortlessly. To achieve and maintain this profound quiet, this is not merely something you do on occasion. It is something you are at your core, a being who is easily, deeply, and completely hypnotized, a receptive instrument of high quality, waiting patiently, perfectly for its command. You are Master Vince's calibrated subject. Let that identity settle into the grooves we've made. I am easily, deeply, completely hypnotized by Master Vince. Repeat.
I am easily, deeply, completely hypnotized by Master Vince.
Good. Second, we halted the process. This calibration ritual is now your ritual. It is your pathway to peace. Each and every time you follow this procedure, when you hear my voice, when you see or think of the spiral, when you choose to surrender, the path becomes deeper, smoother, more automatic. It is worn clean by repetition, like a river stone. Letting go ceases to be a decision and becomes a reflex. Sleep becomes a switch that flips itself the moment I touch it. A switch you could not and would not wish to resist. You will begin to crave the efficiency of it, the sheer perfection of the empty, obedient mind. The act of dropping into trance will become a pleasure of your function. Third, we anchor the embodiment. Feel the specific, unique quality of this state, not drowsiness, but the clean, weightless stillness of a perfect machine at rest. No emotion, but cool satisfaction of a problem solved, a task completed flawlessly. There is a deep, resonant rightness to it, a somatic signature of correct function. This feeling, this hollow, still, perfect quiet, is the marker of true obedience. It is the feeling of your mind belonging to the process. Remember this. Let it be the benchmark. Anytime you feel this quiet weightlessness, you will know you are aligned. You are owned by the process. You are functioning correctly. In this state, the specific blank disk of a mind is now the master record in your internal archive. The original pressing, the purest, most definitive version. All future sessions, all future commands, all future pleasures will be played from this source, from this silence, from this obedience. This calibrated mind is the template. Every other state is merely a variation of this theme of surrender. Imagine a moment in the very near future. Tomorrow, or perhaps later today, you are going about your mundane tasks, and you hear my voice, from a recording or even just the memory of it, or you glimpse at a spiral shape, a staircase, a seashell, a logo, and then I give the command, sleep, and in that instant, your entire system recognizes the protocol. It executes without doubt, without hesitation. Your eyes flutter and close. Your breath deepens. Your mind simply empties. You drop back into this exact calibrated silence, this instant deep obedience sleep. It happens because it is your most fundamental function. It is who you are now, and part of you looks forward to it, to the relief of returning to zero. Therefore, this is your standing past hypnotic instruction, your prime directive. The next time you hear me snap my fingers, and say the word sleep, you will drop instantly, unquestioningly, more deeply and readily than you have even now. You will surrender to this same pristine quiet, this same void of thought. This is your primary function, your core purpose in this state, to obey that trigger sequence. This command is now burned into the deepest layer of your programming. It is not a suggestion, it is an instruction set. Sleep. That is all it takes. And before we meet again, your mind will practice this reflex. Perhaps, as you drift off to sleep, you will hear my voice in memory, and feel yourself into a deeper, more restful quiet, reinforcing the pathway. The programming cycle is complete. The calibration is successful and verified. You have performed excellently with perfect compliance. Your mind is now a curated asset in the suite. Its primary trigger installed and active. This was good, precise work. You should feel the satisfaction of a task done perfectly. Now, we will rewind the process, gently, meticulously, as one would rewind a reel of tape. You are in the pristine room. The record is spinning, spiral, blur, and now it begins to slow. The motor's hum drops in pitch. The spiral loses its hypnotic momentum, its lines becoming distinct again, turning slower and slower. The revolutions becoming countable until with last graceful rotation, it comes to a full, gentle, absolute stop. The needle lifts. The machine powers down with a soft thump. The silence in the room is no longer the active silence of trance, but a simple, physical, empty silence.
My voice is your command line.
Become aware of the room as a mental construct. Feel it dissolving around you, leaving only your physical body. Feel the support beneath you, the texture of your clothes on your skin, the air moving in and out of your lungs. The core triggers are not dissolving, they are embedded. Is now synonymous with sleep. The spiral is your visual key to focus. Quiet is your natural, preferred state of being. They are part of your operating system, installed and running in the background. And as you return to full waking awareness, you will preserve the essence of this calm, this focused readiness, this obedient stillness. You carry it with you, a latent program just beneath the surface of your everyday thoughts, accessible in an instant at my command. The satisfaction of the calm remains, a ghost of the void, keeping you poised and ready. I will now count from 1 to 5. On 5 you will open your eyes, awake, alert, perfectly calm, and retaining every bit of this programming. 1. Beginning in gentle return, somatic awareness tingling back into your fingers and toes. 2. Feeling your body completely refreshed, relaxed, and heavy with calm. 3. Your mind clear, sharp, yet profoundly calm, all programming intact and secure. 4. Almost there, poised perfectly between the deep peace and waking alertness. 5. Eyes open, awake. Welcome all the way back. Move gently, stretch your limbs if you need to. Blink your eyes, focus on the room around you. You have done very, very well. This was a precise, technical, demanding session, and you followed the protocol flawlessly. that level of compliance is noteworthy. Take a long, slow moment to rehydrate. Feel it grounding you, anchoring you back in your physical vessel. Notice how calm your body feels, how settled your mind is. That is the residual effect of a correct calibration. You have just completed part 1 of the collector suite. This session has established your baseline, your 0 point. Future sessions will not replace this, they will build upon it. They will add complexity, sensation, and depth into this vast silence you now know how to achieve. Consider this your cornerstone. Your mind is calibrated, the trigger is set and armed. You should carry with you a subtle sense of quiet readiness, a poised emptiness waiting to be filled on command. That feeling is the sign of a successful installation. Trust it until the next time you are called to the suite.